welcome back to my channel. It's Marissa Explains It All. It has been a hot minute since I've been on here, but I am back. I've got my cat lady mug, my little tea here, and my weekend hair going. So I am back to talk to you guys about what I'm doing for the month of June. I actually intended to put my hair down today because I got a balayage and it looks kind of cute when it's all done, but then I realized I was working with this situation, and for those that are curly, you know what this situation is, and so you know what? It's gonna have to go back up. It's gonna just have to go back up, folks. Much better. So today I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup on camera while I chat with you about what I am doing for the month of June. And so if you're interested in that, stay tuned and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to get started and I'll probably not be announcing all of the products as I go, but I'm going to start with the primer from Charlotte Tilbury. So for June, I am doing a clean eating challenge plus clean health and beauty challenge plus cleaning product challenge. And so I think it's not surprising to any of us that like there are a million chemicals and toxins and things that we eat every day and put on our bodies and skin every day. I mean, this is so hypocritical as I'm doing this, but it's not June yet. I'm posting this on the end of May, so as I am posting this, I'm putting 1,000 chemicals on my face, and I think all of us can probably agree that these are not good for your body. Like the majority of these are not great and, you know, have harmful side effects to your body. Concealer. So I wanted to do this challenge because I wanted to see if I could, for 30 days at least, try to go with living with fewer toxins, fewer chemicals, and just try to live like really clean and natural. And so I'm going to go through kind of what my plan is for June, and you guys are obviously welcome to join me on this journey. So if you are interested, I'm going to just kind of share with you what I plan to do and you can copy it. So let's get started with the 3 categories. So I will be again doing clean food, health and beauty, and cleaning. And I will say, I'll preface all of this with, you know, you can get really carried away with doing this kind of stuff. I mean, everybody kind of has a spectrum, I think, as far as what they're comfortable with when it comes to, you know, chemicals. Some people really care a lot about what they eat and what they put on their body and just like are super concerned with going natural, and those are all my crunchy friends on one end of the spectrum. Those are the people that like make their own laundry soap and, you know, don't wear makeup usually because there's all kinds of stuff in it. Maybe are into essential oils and things like that, more natural healing remedies. And then on the other side are people who just don't care as much, and, you know, they use all the commercial cleaning products and all the chemicals and they don't feel bad about it, and that's okay. But I feel like for me personally, I'm somewhere in the middle, so I leaning more towards the crunchy side. So I do try to get organic food when I can. I try to get the cage-free eggs, your grass-fed beef, like, you know, that as far as food goes, but at the same time I'm also like gonna enjoy a Snickers every once in a while, and I'm not super strict sometimes about what I eat, so I like do what I can for the most part, but still realize you have to kind of live your life and enjoy life a little bit. So I kind of live by that sort of rule. But, you know, I think maybe a lot of us have been eating not as well during the quarantine kind of period. So I want to get back on track and start eating a little bit better. So that's my plan with kind of trying to reset my body with just the clean eating portion. So I think it's all about balance, just making sure that you're, you know, just doing what you can, but not going overboard with it probably. I actually heard a funny anecdote one time where someone listed all these chemicals out and said, like, hey, would you want all this stuff in your body? And the person was like, no, I wouldn't want that in my body. And they were like, well, I just listed the chemical composition of an apple, so this is all the stuff that's in an apple. So I mean, chemicals are all around us, and there are natural chemicals, right? I mean, I think technically water is a chemical. So yes, there are chemicals in everything, and so you can get really carried away and overboard. But generally, I think it's okay to kind of just clean up a little bit and get rid of some of the things that make you feel not so great and that aren't good for you, and then enjoy the rest of your life, you know, with the other 20%, kind of the 80-20 rule. But so let's dig into what I am doing for the food portion. So for food, I am doing a 30-day clean eating challenge with Arbonne. And so if you haven't heard of this company, I'm going to go ahead and put their website, their link below. And I have a great coach and wellness friend who helps connect me to the products and helps keep me informed of what's going on and what they have to offer. So basically it is a clean eating program that focuses on eating more vegetables, lean meats, and healthy fats, and maybe some complex carbs like squash and sweet potato, and cutting out some things that are notoriously kind of known for causing inflammation in the body or causing you to feel bad. So you're really starting to avoid things like added sugars and like bread and gluten in general, anything with gluten, like white rice, anything that will make you sugar crash, even fruit, most fruits. You can have some fruits that are lower on the glycemic index if it doesn't raise your blood sugar too high, but generally kind of cutting out a lot of fruit and just keeping with vegetables, lean meats, and protein, like a lot of protein. And so they do that with a little kit that you can purchase. And I tried this program twice before, and both times I loved it. I had a lot of success with it, and not only did I feel like I had a lot more energy, I mean, just, you feel a lot better when you're not eating junk all day. So, but not only that, but also I lost 10 pounds both times, I think. So it's good for weight loss too, because if you're not eating so clean and you go to eating, pretty clean, you're keeping your calories in, under control basically. And I never felt hungry. You're always full. There's like approved healthy snacks and things that you can have throughout the day. So anyway, it makes sense. It's not like a gimmicky thing. It's not a fad diet. It's really just eating clean. But I like it because the program has laid out everything that you need to do to be successful. So in the morning, what the diet looks like is you start out with like a little digestive blend, which has probiotics and prebiotics in it, which is good for your body. You'll drink a detox tea, which I love. I love herbal tea anyway. So you drink a detox tea. And then you will have a breakfast, for a protein shake usually for breakfast. And they have a plant-based protein powder, several protein powder flavors. I've tried them, almost all of them, and I like them all. So I've tried the strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, and marble, and they have a couple others that I haven't tried, but they've all been really good. They taste great, and I just mix it with almond milk. And I love that it's plant-based and it's not whey-based, since whey can be a cause of like inflammation for people. It's dairy. So generally you're cutting out dairy as well. I don't know if I mentioned dairy and caffeine. So dairy and caffeine are also on the off list for the month, so which is fine because I've kind of wanted to cut back on caffeine and stuff anyway. So I've already kind of started weaning myself off of coffee, and I really haven't drank it much during the quarantine at all. So ooh, that's some bronze there. So that is what you drink for the breakfast, and then for lunch you can have another shake, especially if you're focused on weight loss. It's like a nice option for meal replacement. So you can have another shake, or you can do like a healthy lunch, like a salad with some chicken in it, or fish in it, or something like that, or you can do like leftovers for dinner. So that's kind of those options. And then there are some healthy snacks, like carrots, or pretty much any veggies that you could snack on. And then for dinners, they have like a nice recipe like set that they send to you. So they send you the recipes, they send you a shopping list, and they tell you like, here's what you eat. And it's like I said, it's a lot of like a little bit of meat, like lean meat, like chicken, turkey, or fish, and then it's vegetables and maybe like a complex carb, but no simple carbs like mashed potatoes or something like that, like no white potatoes. So it is a great plan. Like I said, it helps you feel better, lose weight, and it helps you purge the toxins from your body. And then week 3, there is a body cleanse portion. It's like a gentle cleanse routine. So that is the plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the idea. And that's what I'm doing for food. So moving on now to health and beauty. So this is one that is hard for me because I love makeup. Like I'm a makeup junkie, and there's so much makeup and there's so much bad stuff in makeup. And so if you're not careful, you can really be putting on like hundreds and hundreds of chemicals on your face that really aren't good. Some of these things are hormone disrupting. They cause all kinds of, sensitivity and irritation. So they're just not great. And so I wanted to go with a little more natural beauty. And so some of this comes in the form of like bath and body, and some of it comes in the form of like makeup. And so I'll talk to you a little bit about each. So the tool that I am using to help me, because I don't know all the chemicals that are in things, and I don't have time to really research a lot of like what chemicals are in everything and what each one is, just spend hours Googling. So I have a handy little tool. Ooh, hello. It was bright. I have a handy little tool, and it is called the Think Dirty app. And so it is an awesome database that has like thousands of products loaded to it. And people have done the research to list out the chemicals and ingredients in every product that's registered in the database, and tell you, like, they rate it on a scale of like clean to not clean. How clean is it? The best score you can get is a 0, and the worst score is a 10. So it goes 0 to 10 scale, and you want to get the lower the better. When I first got the app, I was on here like looking up all the products I owned. I was obsessed with like trying to figure out how clean all my stuff was. And I was surprised at what I found, actually. Some things you know are bad, you know, and some things you don't. I encourage you to download the app and start looking up the things that you use every day. And so that's what I intend to do, and I'll show you what I mean. So it's no surprise, of course, that like herbal essences is not probably the best, right? So if you open the app and you just start searching for what you want to look for, like herbal essence, you'll find that a lot of their shampoos actually have a rating of 8. They just are really, you know, they've got a lot of stuff in them that just isn't good for you. And so I'll just pick one here and go with the Hello Hydration Moisturizing shampoo. And if you open each product, it shows you what it has that's so bad about it. And so it tells you the things that are clean products, or half and half, that are, you know, not so good, but they're okay, and then things that are really not good. And so this one is dinging it for several types of fragrance, it looks like, and then it can tell you why. And then it's got other, you know, things in it that I can't even pronounce, they're so long. But if you open each one up, if you tap on it, it tells you what its name is, what its usage is for, and what health impacts are there, and then kind of explains a little bit about each thing. And so it's kind of nice to learn about some of these things, you know, and especially for things that you hear about all the time, like parabens, and you're like, why is that so bad for me? You know, you can kind of open up any one of these and see what it, you know, what it is. It causes respiratory and skin irritation or whatever it is. So instead of doing that, what you can do instead is to find good products that are like well rated. You can shop by category at the top. There are different categories if you're looking for like a really clean product, or you can just search for, you know, something in particular, like if you're looking for shampoo. So you just search for that, and it'll show you all the things that are rated 0 first. So I ended up going with the Rocky Mountain Soap Company, actually, and did pick up this. And so I'm kind of excited to try it out, and it looks pretty natural. Coconut oil, flaxseed oil, rose oil, molasses, peppermint, soap nut, and olive oil, pretty much. So it's good. It's got a 0 rating, so I'm excited to try that out. So that's what I'm using for my shampoo. And then for my soap, I'm using Dr. Bronner's 18-in-1 Hemp Peppermint Pure Castile Soap. They have a bunch of these. Dr. Bronner's makes them in several different scents. They have unscented eucalyptus, lavender, citrus, and peppermint, for just to name a few. My favorites are the peppermint, citrus, and lavender. And so I have peppermint right now, and again, it is rated a 0. And so this is really clean on the scale, and used by a lot of people who are interested in natural living. And so I'm excited about this one. So that's my shampoo and soap. And then when it comes to like toothpaste and things like that, you can get a natural toothpaste. I think I might actually pick up this Schmidt's Natural Wonderment toothpaste and try that out. You can actually look at reviews as well. There's a little tab for reviews and comments and things, which I really appreciate as well. And then the people who put this app together also have a tab for what their picks are, what they've found to be, you know, the better. And so, you know, that's interesting to me too. I like to see what other people think and what their opinions are. But I think I might try Schmidt's because I've tried their brand before of deodorant and I liked it. So that's what I'll be using for my toothpaste. I do need to pick that up still before I get too far. And then as far as deodorant, I am actually using a Lume deodorant. It's a natural deodorant, and it is a 5. This one actually is a little higher on the scale. I was trying to keep everything from a 5 or below, and so this one just barely fits within that. And I'm using, just like I said, Lume. It's aluminum free, but it's got a couple of things in it that maybe aren't as good, so it kind of just barely makes the mark. But you can certainly search for natural deodorant and see what they recommend. And this is a tricky one though. Natural deodorants are hard to find that smell good and work and don't break you out. If they've got like baking soda in them, they tend to break people out. So but you know, there's a lot that are rated 0, so they're not toxic, but they're also not good. So you kind of have to do your research and look at all of the comments and reviews on these. So I'm going to probably stick with Lume because I know it works for me and doesn't break me out. And so that's what I'm using for that. So that's a little bit about what I'm using for my deodorant and toothpaste and shampoo, and I have like just a little spray leave-in conditioner that's natural that I'm using, and then my soap as well. So that kind of covers some of the major health and beauty stuff that I'm using, but again, feel free to go onto the app. It looks like they don't actually have a website. The website that I went to, the thinkdirty.com, or it's actually thinkdirtyapp.com. It's really just an advertisement for the app, and it tries to sell you into their box, their subscription box. So it doesn't really have the same database. You kind of have to use your smartphone and download it, download the app to your tablet or phone. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but certainly a handy tool. So that takes care of some of the like grooming needs, but what about skincare and makeup? Oh, first of all, I'm also trying out real quick this new Fenty Beauty palette that I bought. It's so pretty. It's the Moroccan Spice palette. I got it on sale at Sephora. I think it might actually still be on sale. It's been on sale for a while, so check this baby out. Beautiful. I love it. So anyways, I'm excited to try that. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a springy look. Anyways, so for makeup and skincare, this is a little bit more tough. So skincare, actually skin cream is really kind of hard to get like clean. I've been looking for a moisturizer, and there really isn't a great like moisturizer out there that's 100% clean, and I don't think there are many that are 0 on the scale, the Think Dirty scale. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep what I have. I have some Drunk Elephant stuff that rates, I think, a 3, maybe 2 or 3 on the scale, and that's okay, that's acceptable. Or my Biossance actually rates really well too in the app. So I'll use what I have there. So I'm excited about trying that for my skincare routine. And I believe that the Summer Fridays Vitamin C Me Serum was fairly clean as well. At least it's marked clean at Sephora. I don't think I looked it up on the app, but it is marked clean at Sephora. And it's not something that you can use too as a tool. So if you're looking for makeup that is a little bit cleaner and not as toxic, you can also use Sephora's website to tell you, which things are kind of formulated without some of the major chemicals that aren't good for you. But I think my strategy is going to be to not wear a lot of makeup in general throughout the month, and I really only put makeup on these days when I'm going on camera anyway. So I think, with the exception of a couple times, I'm really not going to be wearing much makeup, and so I think I'll be okay with conforming to the challenge that way. But one thing I did do actually was pick up a new foundation, and it's on the way. It'll be here soon, and I'll do a little review when I receive it. I wanted to try to get a better foundation, because foundation is really the thing that goes onto your skin and like sinks into your pores, and there's a million chemicals. I don't even want to look at this one, so nothing against this one in particular, but there's just no way that's clean. So I picked up a foundation by Juice Beauty, and so if you guys have not heard of this brand, they are really pretty good and natural. And if you go to the Juice Beauty website, you will see that they have 3 different types of foundations. And so I'll show you just briefly. If I search for a foundation, they have a liquid, and they have a cream-based foundation, and then they have a BB cream. So depending on what you're looking for. So the Phyto Pigments Flawless Serum Foundation is one that is popular and has really high reviews, and it is supposed to be really natural. This one is $44, and it is a little bit of I've seen a lot of reviews on their products, and this one is a little bit more dewy. It has like a shinier finish. So if you're someone who's oily, you may not like this, or if you live in a humid climate, you may want to pass on that one. Next down would be the Phyto Pigments Youth Cream Compact Foundation, and this is the one that I bought for $45, and this one is a cream formula, so it's a little thicker, and I like it just for personal use. I enjoy the cream foundations, and so this one is a little bit thicker. This one might be better for dry skin. And the third product is their Tinted Moisturizer BB Cream. This is $32, and it looks like it's sold out right now currently on their site, but some of these things you can find at Ulta, and some you can't. A couple of I think you had to only get through their website. The benefits to these are that Juice Beauty is all organic, so they are organic products. They're formulated clean, and they have a really good rating on the Think Dirty app, so I did appreciate that. The drawbacks are that they do not have a good shade range. The cream compact foundation that I bought had 5 shades, so not super great in the shade range. I will say they do offer these juice boosters. There are these little vials of color. They offer a bronzing one and a lightening one, like an illuminating one, and they help kind of make the color fit you. And so if you find a color that's close but not quite, is too light, you can buy these little juice boosters and add like a little dark color. The things I don't like about that are, for one, it's expensive. I mean, the juice boosters are $25 each, so if you bought each one, that's $50, and then if you also had bought the foundation, that's $42. With tax, it's $50. So you're looking at $100 just to try to, you know, get something that's close to your color. Even though it's nice that it's customizable, it's still something that is, you know, something that you have to pay more money for. And the other thing I don't like about it is that it's not consistent. You have to mix it every time. So you have to remember exactly how much to squeeze out of the juice booster to get it to be your color. And I'm just not a huge fan. I don't feel like anybody has time for that. So we'll see. I'll do a review when that comes in and we'll see how that does. So that's my plan for foundation, and my thought is, like I said, that's the first thing that hits your skin. So if I can get the foundation right and something that is like really, you know, clean and doesn't have anything dirty in it, I can let that soak in, and then I can kind of maybe put stuff over top of it and it won't sink in as much. So that's my plan for what I intend to do for makeup and for skincare and hair care. So let's move on now to the third category, which is cleaning. So when it comes to cleaning, there are a lot of things in cleaning products that are really harmful for you and shouldn't be touched. You know, some people actually will use like Clorox wipes, and I'm guilty of doing that too, but you're not supposed to touch them with your skin. And so a lot of people don't do that. They don't wear gloves when they're cleaning, and so they are actually exposed to whatever chemicals are in Clorox wipes. You're touching it with your skin and it gets absorbed into your skin, and your skin, being the body's largest organ, absorbs things fairly well and quickly sometimes. I forget the statistic, but it's fairly quickly that something can be absorbed into the skin and go into your body. So you know, you have to kind of be careful anyway with cleaning products, and so there has been a big push in recent years to try to go more natural with cleaning anyway. And so there are a lot of companies out there that you can get, like I think Method is one of them, that tries to kind of clean up their act a little bit and make their products a little bit less toxic. And one of the biggest things that are in some of these cleaning products, like laundry detergents and dryer sheets, which are some of the worst, are fragrance. And some people might think, you know, like, oh, well, it smells good, so, you know, I want my clothes to smell clean and things like that. But the fragrance in things is actually pretty harmful to the body. And so they kind of think, like, what's the big deal as far as fragrance, right? Well, the Environmental Working Group, I'm stopping just to kind of read some of the facts, but the Environmental Working Group found that about 75% of products that list fragrance contain the hormone disrupting chemical called phthalates. And so if you've heard of phthalates, they are used to make fragrances last longer, but they've been linked to several health conditions like reduced sperm count, liver and breast cancers, reproductive malformation, and diabetes. And so it's a carcinogen that's actually been banned in a lot of countries, but not in the US. So US law does not currently require cosmetic ingredients to be free of some of these things. And so that's fairly serious to be talking about cancer and, you know, diabetes and things that are chronic diseases and illnesses that can affect your health. And they're certainly, you know, hormone disrupting, not to mention allergic reaction and, you know, allergy causing. They're just not good for your body, and they do get in your body when you smell them. They go in right into your lungs. You breathe it right in. So fragrance in general is really not a good thing to have. And so I have mentioned it a couple times. I don't take a hard and strong stance on not having any fragrance in my products, but I certainly prefer without it, because I don't want any of that extra junk in there. So it's something that I kind of appreciate about products that are clean and formulated without fragrance. I appreciate that they do that. Because I don't need it to smell good if it's going to be a risk to my health. So that being said, I am moving away from the laundry products like detergents and my dryer sheets that have these chemicals in them, because I don't want to be smelling them. They're just not good. So instead, I'm going to go with a cleaner laundry detergent like Method or 7th Generation, and I think I'm going to try to find that. I'm not at the point yet where I'm going to make my own laundry detergent. So I'm not there yet, so I'm not opposed to it, and I think I have done it before in the past using borax, but I'm just going to go ahead and go with a commercially available cleaner product like 7th Generation, and then I'm going to use wool dryer balls with some essential oils for my dryer sheets. So that way your laundry smells nice, but you're using all natural plants instead of synthetically manufactured chemical fragrance. So that's my plan for laundry. Now when it comes to actual cleaning products, I actually am a big fan of essential oils. So I already use an essential oil cleaner. So I'm a Young Living junkie. So for those who follow doTERRA or Young Living, I do trust their products. There are a lot of essential oils out there on Amazon and things that are cheaper, but they contain a lot of fillers and synthetic fragrances, which are terrible for you. And especially if you're putting it on your body or in your body, if you're ingesting it, you really want to make sure you're getting the highest quality. And so those two brands I've researched and trust have that quality to them. So I would not use an essential oil that didn't come from Young Living or doTERRA. doTERRA? I don't know how to say it. So I trust those two brands and I use them often, and they actually work. It's kind of, my husband thought it was black magic, like the first time that he used a product. He used an essential oil for something medicinally and it worked, and he was like, what is this? And so it's definitely good to switch over. Obviously it doesn't replace modern medicine in all cases, but it does help for some everyday things, and I really reach for that first before I would reach for like a cough syrup or something. I would reach for a eucalyptus oil or something like that to rub on my chest rather than something over the counter, unless it's just been a couple days and it's not cutting it. You know, sure, then you can go to the drugstore. But again, I just reach for the plants first, try to go the natural route when I can without getting too crazy about it. So my essential oil cleaner, it's a blend of cinnamon, lemon, clove, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And so it's all natural, but it has those degreasing powers from the strong concentrated lemon oil, and it has a really wonderful smell. It actually kind of smells like Christmas because of clove and cinnamon. It smells really good. And I do use that in a spray. I have a concentrate that I purchase, and you reconstitute it with water. It's in a little glass dark amber bottle so that it doesn't go bad. And so that's what I use every day anyway to clean and wipe down surfaces. So that's what I'm doing for just general everyday cleaning. And then for things like dusting and you know, for bathrooms or something, I do have Norwex Cloths. And so Norwex is another one of those companies that really is kind of dedicated to making their products toxin free and natural, and using a natural approach. And so as I'm spraying chemicals right into my mouth, this is going to be a fun June. Okay, I had to spray that first. So oh, yeah, fragrance in that too. Look at all those hormone disruptors. So I use my Norwex Cloths for wiping down counters, like really messy counters. They're really great. You can reuse them and wash them. They're microfiber cloths, and so if you haven't heard of Norwex, I'll put a link below. And then they also have some really natural, good laundry detergent. It's unscented, and so I do like their laundry products as well. I have purchased those before, so I might buy that instead of the 7th generation after I run out. And so that is what I intend to do for laundry, kitchens and bathrooms, dusting, and I think that rounds out pretty much the rest of the cleaning. So that is my plan for clean eating, clean cleaning, and clean beautying this June. I think I just made words up. So I'm excited about it. I'm hoping that it'll bring a positive change, and I'll feel a little bit better, and at least I'll have the peace of mind knowing that I won't be putting kind of these harmful things in my body. So you're welcome to join me. Let me know what you think below. Do you have natural products that you enjoy, or do you make your own? I'd love to hear from you, and let me know. I'm excited. That is it. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and then I will talk to you guys again next time. Bye guys.